All right, good afternoon and good evening to everyone from wherever you're watching from. Welcome to our today's live. Sorry for a bit late as we are in another meeting. So today, like in every other Monday, we will go for with an university, and our today's guest is so popular to you guys, and the QA higher education, and they have the university in Ulster University, 𝗏𝗏𝗡𝗏 University, Southampton Solent University, and they have University of South Wales and many more. So we set our event like we'll start with the region today. We'll start with the Africa and Latin America region with Miss 𝐿𝐴 Then we'll go for the next region for South Asia for pathways in Mr. 𝗂𝗵𝗏. And then we'll go for again South Asia for the main courses and all with Mr. Abdul Hamid. So without any further delay, I would like to welcome our today's distinguished guest, Miss 𝐿𝐴. Hello, Vivian.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you to Shabuj for putting this together. It's a pleasure for me to be here. So I know you guys have been waiting. Thank you for taking out time to join this live event today. I work for a company called, or a pathway provider called QA Higher Education. We're based in the United Kingdom, and we partner with several universities here in the UK. Our programs run from international foundation programs all the way to taught postgraduate programs. Now, today I'm going to be speaking specifically on requirements for the African region. We've got various regions, and like 𝐼MSI has said, my colleagues Hamid and 𝗏𝗏𝗧 will talk about the South Asian region, but I will speak specifically on the African region today. So if you can just help me share my slides.
Thank you, Vivian. Before we start, we would like to welcome our CEO, Mr. Zahidul Alam, as well. So welcome, Zahid bhai, in our today's session.
Yeah, thank you, Imtiaz. Thank you, Vivian, for joining us today. Yeah, so it was our pleasure to get you on board today, and obviously, as you mentioned, these social media live will cover South Asia, Middle East, UK, International, UK, and Europe. So we believe that you'll be representing South African region, and we will be expecting more colleagues later on to join and to represent South Asia and part of the Africa, UK International as well. So thank you, 𝗏𝗏𝗡𝗏, again. As my colleague said every Monday that one of our partners, they come and join, and we speak with our students, we listen to them, their questions, and we try to answer their questions with the help of universities and colleagues. So yes, the plan is you will go ahead with presentation, and during presentation we can collect some questions from the audience, and after the presentation we will go for QA session, and then we will try to answer the questions. And now we will learn, it's our opportunity as well to learn something more about QA institutions, the courses that you are offering, especially a January deadline that most of the students, I think they are holding offer letters. If you have anything to say to those students, and also next available intake, I think the pathway will be starting in March 2025, and obviously you have a number of UG and PG courses offered will be in May 2025. So I'll request you to cover entry requirements for the African. Also, there is a fees paying flexibility for the Nigerian students and African students due to the financial issues. I hope you will cover those as well. And obviously, we are expecting some questions from the audience, and then we'll come back later on to answer as many questions as we can. Thank you, Vivian.
Thank you so much. I'm going to start straight away. Yes, so this should be able to work. Okay. Hoping that everybody can see my screen. So I'll go ahead and present. So like I said, we work for a company called QA Higher Education, and some of our partner universities are listed below. We've got Northumbria University with the main campus in Newcastle. We run the London campus of Northumbria University, or we run it on behalf of Northumbria University, so we deal with the London campus. We've got Ulster University. The main campus for Ulster University is located in Belfast in Northern Ireland, and we run the London, Birmingham, and the Manchester campus here in the UK on behalf of Ulster University. For University of South Wales, which is located in Cardiff, in Wales, and Southampton Solent University located in Southampton, we run their pathway program. So any student who wants to come and do a pathway, which I'll explain momentarily what that means, those are the universities you should be looking at. So these are the partner universities that we currently work with for international students. Now, about QA Higher Education. So just to give you a bit of background, like I said, we're a UK pathway provider, and we provide avenues, for intending applicants. If you're looking to come and study in the UK, obviously, you can come study with any of our partner universities, and our courses are quite a wide range. We have courses in business, cybersecurity, project management, law, engineering, depending on your level, medicine, nursing, or name it. We've got over 600 courses that students can choose from to come and study with us. And then, like I did mention initially, we run the International Foundation Program. We have International Year 1 in Business and Computing. We've got top-up programs. If you are a higher diploma student and you're looking to convert that to a BSc or a bachelor's degree, we can offer you something, and then we have the pre-master's program. So the pre-master's is often open to people who have made either a past degree or a third class. You can come and do a pre-master's degree program with us, and then convert that to an MSc course at the end of your program. We also have the postgraduate taught masters. We have the pre-sessional English courses. Pre-sessional English courses are for students from the non-English speaking African countries, and you're looking to kind of have a stronger background in your English language before you proceed to whatever course or whatever program you want to come and study with us. So these are some of the programs that we offer within QA Higher Education. Now, if you look at on what I have on the screen here, we've got our various partners and what they offer. So if you look at Northumbria University, remember I did say we run the branch campus in London. However, with Northumbria University, we run their International Foundation programs, we run their International Year 1 programs, we run their top-up programs, we run their pre-masters and the master's program. Now, the pre-masters, the top-up pre-masters and master's program are run at the London campus, and the International Year 1 programs as well are run at the London campus. However, the International Foundation Year is run at the main campus in Newcastle. So basically, you will get what is called a joint CAS. I'll leave Shabuj to explain more of that when the time comes. So the joint CAS covers your foundation program and your undergraduate program. Now, we've put the two together, so you will get a visa for 4 years to go and study in the UK. That's if you're coming from an undergraduate program. And the reason why it's been run in the main campus is because we want our students who come to study with us to actually have a feel of what a university environment looks like, especially for the undergraduate students in terms of mingling and diversity and all of that. So all of our pathway programs are run at the main campus. Now, for Ulster University, I did mention that we've got 3 branch campuses here in the UK. We've got one in London, we've got one in Birmingham, which I work out from, and most of the African team. And then we've recently just opened the new one in Manchester. So if you look at the location, the one in London covers predominantly the south of England. The one in Birmingham covers the Midlands, and then the one in Manchester is taking care of sort of towards the north of England. So regardless of where you want to be located in the UK, and you're coming for an undergraduate or a postgraduate taught master's program, Ulster University is an option for you. If you're looking to study an international foundation program, or you're looking to do international year 1, University of South Wales, which is located in Wales, in Cardiff in Wales, it's also an option for you. Also, if you're looking to do an international year 1 program in computing or in business, or you want to do an international foundation program, Southampton Solent University, located in Southampton, is also an option available to you. Now, these are all of the locations. If you look at all of the locations I've mentioned with our various partners, they're scattered all around England and Wales. So regardless of where you're interested in coming to study, we will definitely have something that will suit your needs. In terms of the entry requirements, so if you're coming for an international foundation program or an IFP, as it's popularly called, we will need a minimum grade of 5 credits from your high school. So for those of you from Africa who predominantly you've written maybe your WAEC or WASI or KCSE or your BAC, depending on what country you're from, we'll be looking at your high school grades, minimum of 5 credits or 10/20 in your baccalaureate results, inclusive of math and English. That's if you're coming for an international foundation program. Now, after the international foundation program, you will then progress to year 1, year 2, year 3, and then graduate. So total number of years you will be studying will be for 4 years. If you want to come and study international year 1, then we'll be looking at a minimum of 7 credits in your high school results or in your baccalaureate exam. So in your BAC, we'll be looking at 12/20 points. And then for your high school, like I said previously, it could be WAEC, it could be WASI, it could be KCSE, it could be ZIMSEC, depending on what country you're from, but your high school grades will be looking at a minimum of 7 credits. That you will go straight into year 1, year 2, year 3. So you'll be studying for 3 years. So the difference between the International Foundation Program and the International Year 1, the International Foundation Program will take minimum of 5 credits. The International Year 1 will take a minimum of 7. For you to go into international year 1, because you're going into year 1 directly, you must be 18 years of age. Now, for the foundation program, which is the IFP, minimum entry in terms of age is 17. However, our partner university, Northumbria University, is happy to take 16-year-olds. So if you're 16 years of age and you're done with your high school or your secondary school, you may potentially be able to go into the foundation program at Northumbria University. If you're above 16, so you're 17, and you're looking to come and study and you have the required grades of 7 credits and above, then you can potentially come and study international year 1 in any of our partner universities. However, you must be 18 years of age for you to go directly into year 1, because you are coming into a year 1 and you'll be doing a 3-year program. Now, having said that, I'll move to the top-up program. The only partner university that offers top-up programs for us is our partner, Northumbria University, and they will take a minimum of a higher national diploma. So if you have a HND and you have a CGPA or a cumulative grade point average of 2.5 and above, you can potentially come and study, do your HND, do your top-up program rather with us. A top-up program is where you have a higher diploma or a higher national diploma, and then you want to convert that to a BSc. So you will study with us for 1 year, and then you will graduate with a BSc in any of the courses that you choose to. So our top-up programs are mainly in business-related courses or IT-related courses. And we have courses like banking and finance, global management with specialization in human resource management, specialization in logistics and global chain management, specializations in, I think I've mentioned human resource management as well. So So there are various specializations. We also have top-up in banking and finance, top-up in accounting, you know, quite a number of them which are available to view from the Northumbria University website. So if you have a HND and you're looking to convert that to a BSc degree, yes, potentially you can come and study with us. For the pre-master's program, if you have graduated with a degree from your home country and you have graduated with a third-class grade or a past degree with a cumulative grade point average of 1.50, then you can potentially come and do a pre-master's program with us, either at Northumbria University or at Ulster University. Now, you will also get a joint CAS for that. So you will do the pre-masters and then progress onto the MSc program. Now, the beauty of our programs is that we've got multiple starts in the year. So we've got the January, we've got the May, and we've got the September intakes. We're currently recruiting for the January intakes. Very few, most of the slots are gone, but we have very few places left for Ulster University. For NU, we still, which is Northumbria University, we still have places available for January. So if you're still interested in coming to study with us in January of 2025, please have a chat with Shabuj. They will take you through all of the process and what needs to be done. So if you have a third class and you're looking to come and study with us and you want to start in January, you can potentially start in January, and then by May, you'll be moving into the full MSc program. So you get one visa for the entire duration of the program, the pre-masters and the MSc program. Now, if you have a BSc or a BA, a Bachelor's of Science, or a Bachelor's of Arts or a BEng, and you're looking to do a master's degree with us in any of our partner universities, either Northumbria or Ulster University, we will be taking a minimum grade of a second class lower and above. So if you have a second class lower, you can potentially go straight into your master's. You don't need to do the pre-masters at all. If there are no questions, I will proceed with the next slide. So the application process is quite simple. I'll encourage all of you to look at our website, work very closely with Shabuj Global Resources, like I have said. Once you've chosen the program or your program of choice or your course of choice, you can then apply online. They know what to do. They've been in partnership with us for a very long time. They are one of our trusted agencies, accredited trusted agencies, and we've had quite a number of students come through their agency to come and study in our universities. So they know the process. So they will have a chat with you, look at all your paperwork, make sure everything is in order, and then they will make the application on your behalf. And then you will either receive a conditional offer or an unconditional offer, depending on what it is. If you receive a conditional offer, you will need to fulfill the conditions of your offer, and they will tell you what is needed, and an unconditional offer will be issued to you. And then obviously you can then make the deposit payment towards your tuition fee, and then your CAS will be issued, and then you go ahead and apply for your visa, and then hopefully you arrive the UK to enroll for your program. I know a lot of people will want to ask, what is our minimum deposit in terms of the tuition fee payments? Now, in terms of tuition fee deposits, our tuition fee deposits for all of our partner universities is 5,500 for all of our partner universities. There is an exception. We have looked at the economic situation in a particular country in Africa, and we have given them some sort of concession, and we have reduced the minimum deposit from 5,500 to 2,750. Now, if that will be in place for September 2025, we haven't made a decision about that. We're hoping that the economic crisis will improve in the country in question. I'm not going to say that on here live, but if you have a conversation with Shabuj, he will tell you what country that is. But basically, all of our African students are expected to make a minimum deposit of 5,500 before they can go ahead and proceed with the other processes of the application. Having said that, I'll jump over to the next slide. Like I have said before, you need to make your application through Shabuj Global Resources. They have been there. They know they are very seasoned in the industry, and they will tell you what to do. And just to prepare you to know what documents you have to put together before you go to meet them. For the application processes, if there's an online form, they will give you one to fill one. But if not, you will need to have like a personal statement or a statement of purpose or a motivational letter. We will need a valid copy of your international passport. If you've had any previous visa refusals to the UK or visas issued to the UK or any other country, please make sure you are declaring all of that to them. If you've previously studied in the UK, we will need to see your CAS statements or previous visas for study. We need to see a complete curriculum vitae or CV or resume, or with no missing gaps of more than 6 months of what you have done since you left your high school till date, till what you're doing today. We will also need to see all of your academic certification and transcripts, preferably the final copies, not the statement of results. If you've studied in a country that is non-English speaking, we will need to see the originals in that language and then the translated English copies. And to put it in context, for example, some students may have studied in a French-speaking country or an Arabic-speaking country. We will need to see the final transcripts and certificates in either French or Arabic, and we will also need to see the English translated copies as well. In terms of English language for the African students, there's a bit of flexibility there. For some countries, if your country does not meet the English language requirements, then you will need to write either the IELTS, or we have our own QAHE have their own English language testing, which we offer to all of our applicants for free. And I'll talk about that in a minute or two. So if you're coming from countries like Nigeria, Kenya, Zimbabwe, Ghana, Zambia, you do not need to write any English language test. Your high school grade, the grade you made in English language in your high school will suffice. That will cover for the English language, because we are allowed to make a decision in terms of English language. So if you're coming from any of these 5 countries that I have mentioned, you don't need to write any English language test. And Cameroon also. If you're coming from countries like Morocco, Côte d'Ivoire, Senegal, Algeria, and the other Francophone or Arabic-speaking African countries, then you might potentially need to write IELTS or any other acceptable English language tests that we accept. I've mentioned all of these documents previously, so I'm not going to waste time on this again. Personal statements I've put together just a bit of what you should look out for when you're writing your personal statements, but Shabuj Global Resources will look at your personal statements and then talk you through all of it. But basically, this is just to give you an overview of what we'll be looking at. So when you want to talk about your personal statement, you need to tell us why you have chosen the university and the specific campus. Don't forget, I did mention that some of our campuses are branch campuses, and we've got multiple campuses as well. So you talk about the university, talk about the campus you've chosen, talk about the location of where the campus is. So for example, Ulster University, we've got 3 locations. So if you want to study in Birmingham, talk about Birmingham as a location. And then we expect that you will talk about the course. Please make sure you're writing your course in full, no abbreviations, but you must write it in full, and then give us at least minimum 2 reasons why you want to study the program. We also need you to talk about the modules that have appealed to you, that have made you chosen the course. So please make sure you have looked at the modules of the course you want to come and study, and then talk about 1 or 2 of them and why they are of interest to you. We will also want you to just hint us of what your future career plans are after your study, how the course will help you in your future career plans. So talk about the industry where you intend to work in when you finish the study, the role you're looking to getting employed, how much you will be paid. You know, if it's your own business, give us an insight of how the course will help you develop your own business and what your career prospects look like. And lastly, we will want you to talk about UK as a destination and why it's important for you to come and help achieve your future dreams. So that's just an overview of what we will need in terms of your personal statement. Moving forward, I did mention earlier on that we look at, there are various English language tests that you can potentially take, depending on the partner university you're coming to study with. That is if you haven't met the English language requirements. And I did say that for some African countries, we're happy to take your English grade from your high school certificate. Whereas for some other countries, especially if you are from a non-English speaking African country, so the Francophone or the Arabic speaking countries, and I've made a list of potential English language tests that are acceptable by our partner universities. We will take the IELTS academic. I would strongly recommend that if you're going to write that, you write the UKVI IELTS academic. We've got TOEFL. We'll take the internal test. We will also accept the IELTS indicator test. The PTE or Pearson, we take the academic at home. We accept Password. We accept English Set, PSI Limited. There are quite a number of them, but these are just a few that are common that I've put together. I also did mention that we have our own free internal QA English test that we offer to all of our students, but you must first hold a conditional offer to come and study with us. And the condition will be, one of the conditions for you to register for the English test will be English language. So if you have English language on your conditional offer, then you can potentially go on our website and book a slot for the test. I've also put the scores that we require. So if you're coming to study an IFP or an international foundation program, like I mentioned before, we'll be looking at you having an overall grade of 4.5 in all 4 components, nothing less than 5.0 for an international foundation program. If you're looking to do an international year 1 program, it is 5.5 in all components, all 4 components. So speaking, listening, reading, and writing, and overall, it must be 5.5. If you're looking to do an undergraduate program, so bachelor's degree or a top-up program, we'll be looking at an overall grade of 6.0 with nothing less than 5.5 in all 4 components. And if you're looking to do a pre-master's program and a bachelor's degree, actually have the same entry requirements in terms of English language. If you're looking to do a master's degree, you'll be looking at 5.0 overall with nothing less than you'll be looking at 6.5 overall with nothing less than 6.0 for a direct master's. If you're from a non-English speaking country and you're looking to do either a pre-sessional English, we've got the 12 weeks and we've got the 6 weeks. Now, this you can do online, and we offer this to students who potentially may have written the exams, and written the English language test exams and may not have passed. Then you will need to do the pre-sessional English, but that will look at on a case-by-case basis based on your English language level. And then I've also put the grades as well for TOEFL for you to have a quick look. But again, like I said, this is something that Shabuj Global Resources will help you look at it and then advise you fully on that. Now, having said that, I did mention our QA Higher Education Free English Language Test. Like I said, it's free of charge. You can use it with any of our partner universities. They accept them. It's also valid for your visa and your admission purposes. You can take the test at the comfort of your agent's office. So if you want to go to Shabuj office, you can use their computer and all of that to actually do the tests, you know, in their offices. And the best of it is that your results actually comes out in 48 hours, and then we can then progress from there. But like I said previously, your offer needs to show that English language is a condition. And for you to be able to make this, the link is there for you to be able to go on our website and book a test if necessary. And this is what our website looks like. You just need to go under student support and then select English language tests. Lastly, I would like to talk about the scholarships that we have available. Now, all of our scholarships are automatic. All of our partner universities, we offer scholarships across to them, and the scholarships are automatic. You don't need to apply for it. Once you make an application to us, at the point of assessment, the scholarships are awarded to you. For Northumbria University, if you're coming for a postgraduate program, we're currently offering for the January and the May intake. If you're coming to study in the London campus, a postgraduate program, we're currently offering 32% automatically off your tuition fee. So to put it in context, the tuition fee standard for Northumbria University at the moment is 19,750. If we take out 32%, it brings it down to 13,000 and some fractions pounds. So that's quite affordable and very competitive for other UK universities or within other UK universities. For Ulster University, if you're coming to study in the London campus, we will offer you 20%. If you're coming to study in Manchester or Birmingham campuses, we will offer you 15%. The Ulster University is quite popular with a lot of African students. The average fee for Ulster University is about £15,000. If you apply either the 20 or the 15% scholarship, it brings it down between 11 and 13, depending on what campus you're going to. And then for pathways, depending on our partner university, either Northumbria, University of South Wales, or Southampton Solent University, we offer between 10% to 40%, depending on the course that you want to study, depending on the partner university. So these are just some of the scholarships that we offer. Something I forgot to mention, and I quickly want to mention, for our master's programs, we've got two streams. We've got the standard 1-year program where you can just have the classroom experience, you know, study, get your degree, and then go into the labor market and then do what you want to do for yourself and your future career plans. We also have the option of what is called an advanced practice. So that gives you an opportunity for when you finish studying in the class, you get some sort of internship. So you kind of like learn on the, you get experience, you know, work experience based on what you have learned in class. So we've got that option for the postgraduate students where you can choose to do either a 1-year program or a 2-year program. So that's basically it. And I think that's it from me. And I'm happy to take questions now. That's basically it for Africa as a whole. Any questions?
Yeah, thank you, Vivian. Thank you for your nice presentation. It was very informative, and I also learned a lot many things. And I hope that the student they learned a lot many things today in terms of your entry requirement, payment plan, scholarship, entry requirements, English proficiency, and the courses available for the foundation pathway course, undergraduate program, postgraduate program, and we can learn that two kinds of postgraduate program that you are offering. One is general 1-year program, then another one that student they can go ahead with the academic advanced practice or internship facilities. So thank you for this. I think we have some questions already. So the plan is, because we have colleague to cover South Asia and UK International. So I can request my colleague, Mr. Imtiaz, to introduce colleague. And then whenever he will join, after that, we'll go ahead with some questions to Vivian. And then after that, Kuli will take over and go ahead with South Asia.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
As I said, our another guest will be joining after the presentation. So we would like to welcome Mr. 𝐿𝐻𝐕𝐄, and he will cover the pathways for the international and South Asia. Hi.
Hi, Viv. How you doing? Are you well?
Good,
Hello,
thank you.
yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Hi guys, everybody. My name is 𝗂𝐈𝐕𝐄. I work on the South Asia team for �QAHE. And yeah, I'm kind of here just to I think Vivian's eloquently covered all of our university partners and the courses that we offer. I really wanted to kind of just give you an overview of our foundation programs, especially for the South Asia region, because as you know, a lot of students from South Asia will require a foundation course if they wanted to take an undergraduate degree. So we offer two different types of courses with QA. We offer the actual foundation program itself, and we have 3 university partners where we will offer the foundation programs. So we have Northumbria University in Newcastle, their main city campus, 30,000 students. It's in an amazing city where we will offer the foundation program and the International Year 1 program in business. We've also launched the International Year 1 program in our branch campus in central London for Northumbria as well, because we know, look, London is of massive demand for students, and they really do want to, 9 times out of 10, if a student looks at the UK, it's London that they want. So we've introduced the International Year 1 in our London campus, just so it opens up this university to students that would need that course. The second university partner we have is Solent University, based in Southampton. Southampton is an amazing city. It's one of the cheapest to live in the UK, so it's very cost effective. It's a coastal city, so it's in the top 10 happiest cities in the UK. And with Solent University, we do have a wide range of foundation programs, as well as the International Year 1 in computing, should you want to go into the computing side of your degree. And we will be having the International Year 1 in business, which launches in September. And our final university partner, where we offer the foundation programs, is the University of South Wales. So University of South Wales, obviously says it in the name, is based in Wales, in South Wales even, and it has multiple campuses. So with the foundation program, the majority of our students are going to be taught in the Pontypridd campus. And for the International Year 1 program in business, the students are taught in Cardiff. So that's an overview of the actual foundation partners that we have and the courses.
Yeah,
Thank you,
I think,
yeah, go ahead.
I think we are going for some question in between, maybe. Or
sure.
As Adbay said, as Miss Vivian will leave the platform in a few minutes. So should we go for any question or? After
yes. I think it will be a good idea, as I mentioned, that we already have some questions from African region, and we'll bring back to these questions to Vivian. And after that, we'll come back to 𝗂𝐈𝐕𝐄 again. 𝗂𝐈𝐕𝐄 will discuss about scholarship and other part that basically South Asian students they require, and process of applying of scholarship and entry requirements, English, all those stuff. Little bit, I think something already covered. Most of the things has been covered by the Vivian, but little bit more region specific will be covered by 𝗂𝐈𝐕𝐄. So yes, I think I saw some questions came from African region. And yes, if you can go ahead with those questions too, Vivian.
Yeah, we have one question in the LinkedIn. Are postgraduate students eligible to write the English language test?
Okay, so depending, like I said previously, depending on the country you're from, we do accept high grades, high school grades, English language from high school grades. So, for example, if you're from Nigeria or Ghana, the popular exam which is always written is the WAEC or the WASI. So, if you have a C grade in English language, we are happy to accept that. If you're from Kenya, it will be KCSE, which is the Kenyan Certificate Secondary School Exam. Will accept a C grade. If you're from Cameroon, it will be the Cameroonian GCE, C grade in English. So basically like that. We're happy to accept the C grade. Only if your grade is less than a C. So if you have a D grade or an E grade in English language, then you will need to write the English language test. I hope that answers the question.
Thank you. And then we have another question from Mr. Samuel, and he asked, what is the application process and how long does it typically take to receive an admission decision?
Okay, so typically, like I did explain, I will strongly advise that you work very closely with Shabuj Global because they will look at your paperwork. They will make sure all of your paperwork are in place before they put in an application for you. Our standard turnaround time for applications when it's not peak period is 5 to 7 working days. And obviously, if it's peak season, we're looking at approximately 2 weeks. But we always strive to make sure the offers come out within 5 to 7 working days. If it extends more than that, then we've probably asked for additional paperwork to understand your situation or your circumstances when they are assessing your application. But the standard turnaround time is 5 to 7 working days of peak season, and then 2 weeks. So 14 working days in during the peak periods.
Thank you. And Faith is asking, is there any PhD program for that region and African region?
So because we are branch campuses, we only do taught masters. If you're looking to do a research program, you're better off contacting main campus for that.
Okay. And Emmanuel again asking, do you accept financial support letters from loan companies as proof of funding for MSc and PhD programs, particularly for the international students? If so, are there any specific requirement or documentation that needs to be provided along with the loan letter?
Yeah, we have specific loan companies that we accept for Northumbria University, only Northumbria University. We also accept funding, scholarship letters for some countries, for some scholarship bodies for some countries we accept. So we look at them on a case-by-case basis. Depending on don't forget we have different partner universities. So each partner university will have their own rules and regulations. So we look at it on a case-by-case basis. If you made an application through Shabuj and you're either if you're getting financial support from a loan company or you're getting sponsorship from a scholarship body, please pass those letters off to them. They will pass it across to us and then we can advise and then provide answers to you.
So except Northumbria, other university don't have any specific companies for other universities.
For Northumbria University, they are the only university at the moment that accept the financial support, which is the loan from a loan company they are doing, and they have specific companies that they do, but all of our other partners don't accept. But they do accept scholarship letters. So there are two separate things. There are scholarship letters and there are loan financial. So for some of the scholarship letters, we have various acceptable by UKVI. Basically, we need to look at their antecedents. Have they been in existence? Do they pay regularly? Do the student get their visa? So we look at all of that on a case-by-case basis and then we advise and let you know.
Yeah, I think one student is worried about her signature in the passport. So she's asking, is signature is important for the admission and visa? All her certificate is signed in English, but in the passport her sign is in Bangla. So will be an issue?
So the passport is different. If that's the language, okay, maybe I should leave this to equality on. If you've studied in an English-speaking country, the certificates and all are valid. Yeah. Or even if you didn't study in an English-speaking country, but your university taught you in English and that's how they issue it, that's fine. But your international passport is a different thing entirely. If it is issued in Bengali, that language, that's fine. Because the students from Algeria and Morocco, their passports are also issued in Arabic and we accept that. We don't tell them get an English translated copy, so that's fine.
Yeah. Thanks, Viv. I answered that question without even having to try.
Yeah. I think she's worried about her signature in the passport. Passport normally is in two languages, in Bengali and English, but her signature may be in the Bengali. So no need to worry about the signature.
No, it's fine.
And we have some questions in other platform, like one is asking, is there any chance for retake any course, any module in the QA test if he or she couldn't manage the specific requirement in the QA? So is there any chance for retake one specific module in the QA test?
It will depend. If it was a case of you had bad connectivity, yes, you'll be given a chance. Now, because the QA test is actually a free test, we do not want people to abuse the opportunity. So it's just you take the test just once. But if for any reason you had bad connectivity or you couldn't connect or one reason or the other, yes, you will be given an opportunity. But if you do not turn up for your tests, you will be disqualified and won't be given an opportunity again.
Just to cover on that, sorry, just to add to that. If students take the English test and they fail in one element, then they're within 0.5 of reaching the required score, they will then be allowed to retake that one element.
Okay.
Thanks for that, Kuli.
Okay.
Clear.
And all other issues only accepted if there is any technical issue. Say, for example, internet disconnection or any other issue, and if a student they can provide valid reason, then you can go ahead and we can bring it to a QA attention if they can.
So this is why we always say, look, internet connections globally are very, very strong. Yeah. However, if somebody's living in a rural area and there's torrential downfall, they can lose signal. So for them to sustain that signal for 2 to 3 hours without it dropping can be problematic. So what we always recommend is, if a student does have an English test, then we would always recommend it to take it in our agent's office, because we know you guys will have be able to ensure that the test environment is set, and you'll also have a stronger internet connection. So that's what we would always recommend.
Yeah, thank you. So though we already know the scholarship will be automatic, someone is asking, is his recent passed in HSC? So is there any specific scholarship for any recent HSC student passing from?
Masib, so yes, so look, I think what Vivian kind of covered mirrors a lot with what happens with South Asia as well. So we do give scholarships to every single student. And what I like about QA is we're very fair with our scholarships. I've been in this industry for about 12 years now, and I remember scholarships before, students used to have to write out, why they want a scholarship, or it would go merit-based. So someone who got a really high academic score, they would get a bigger scholarship. However, let's be honest, look, especially from South Asia, if I'm from a poorer family and I go to a state school, there's 60, 70 children in my class. So my education isn't going to be as strong as somebody whose parents were rich and sent them to a private school and they were in a class of 20. So automatically that student's grades are going to be higher than mine. So what we've done is we've offered a universal scholarship. So, this covers every single student and it's the same. So this is what we do. But yeah, just to answer to your question, every student will receive a scholarship for every single one of our programs.
Yeah, fantastic. And QA has one-stop solution like internal test, scholarship, and every possible solution.
Yeah, look, we cover a lot of, especially for South Asia. I mean, we are extremely popular in South Asia, and I think this is because, look, we have some very strong universities on our platform, on our portfolio. In terms of locations, especially with Ulster, we have London, Birmingham, now we have Manchester. We give a very strong scholarship. We don't ask for all fees up front. So, we do ask for a deposit. But I think one of the key things is we don't ask for a fee on enrollment.
Yeah.
So, what you'll find, guys, is you have to be very, very careful, because there's a lot of universities out there that will say, you can do a deposit of £2,000 and you'll get a CAS, and students are like, wow, that's amazing, and they'll take it, and then they'll go and then they'll get their visa and they'll go to the UK and they'll go to enroll and they'll be like, right, we want £8,000 up front, otherwise we're not enrolling you. And the students are like, wow, right? So the great thing with us is we don't do that. We don't set students up for failure. We're completely transparent in what we do. But I know those are some of the key reasons why QA, especially for South Asia, is extremely popular.
Also for Africa as well, we do have we give quite a good leeway in terms of payments, within the remit of your course. We give you good leeway for you to be able to.
As Vivian mentioned earlier, look, it's not just Africa that's got political unrest or currencies are volatile. South Asia is very much the same. So. Our finance team are very understanding. They do understand that sometimes students might struggle. They will sit down with students and work out a plan to pay back outstanding fees.
Yeah, this is also I can say is very good testimonials that our students they shared with us. and students, they didn't face that much difficulties, especially for the installment, even though if they had a plan. I don't know whether it's right for me to disclose it on air, but this is true. As you said that you claim to be more transparent. So I'm just sharing the experience our student gets. So if some student at the middle of their courses, if they face any issues, financial issues, and they cannot pay their fees on time according to installment plan, University QA, they are actually helping them to rearrange and for the installment plan. And students, they are getting the support. They are not getting that extra pressure on their head. So this is very important. And this is also one of the reasons, I think, why South Asian students, African students, they chose QA institutions more.
Do we have any other questions?
Yeah. So I think we can keep some. So for the African important questions we already discussed, and we have some South Asian question. And before that, I think Kuli explain a little bit about the scholarship for the South Asian student, which is generic for everyone. They are not even considering the result the student they are having. So same amount maybe they are allocating to every single students who are eligible. So Kuli, do you think that you can add a little bit more about?
Yeah, sure. Not a problem at all.
Scholarship for the South Asia.
Yeah, not a problem at all. Happy to kind of go through the scholarship. So ours are slightly different to the African market. So for Ulster University, so that's London, Birmingham, and Manchester, it's 15% scholarship for every South Asian student. Again, this is a universal scholarship that we've given, and this covers all of the markets in South Asia. So when I'm talking about the markets now, I'm specifically just talking about South Asia, which is Pakistan, Bangladesh, India, Nepal, and Sri Lanka. So Ulster is 15%. Northumbria is 30% for the London campus. And then for the foundation, the way the foundation scholarships work, guys, I'm going to deep dive into this because it's a lot different. Like with a PG student, they get one scholarship and that covers their entire course, right? However, for a foundation student, there's two different scholarships at play. So there's one that we QA give the student when they enroll onto the foundation program. And then there's a follow-on scholarship. And this is when the student progresses onto the first year of the undergraduate degree with the university. The universities then offer the students additional scholarships, okay? So for Northumbria University, the way we break down the foundation program is there's a 6, 9, or 12-month option, okay? So it's very simple. For the 6-month option is 20% scholarship. For the 9-month option is 25% scholarship. And for the 12-month option, it's a 30% scholarship. Okay. And then when the student then progresses onto the first year of their undergraduate degree in Newcastle, NU will give the student a £3,000 scholarship on the first year, and then no additional scholarship is offered on the second or final year. For the International Year 1 program in Newcastle, we will give the students a 20% scholarship on the first year. And then the university, when the student progresses onto the second year of their undergraduate degree, the student will receive a £3,000 scholarship and then no additional scholarship on their final year. For Northumbria London, for the International Year 1 program that we run in London, because it is our branch campus and we have the student for those entire 3 years, we have the following scholarship in place. So we have a 20% scholarship on the first year. And then when the student progresses onto the second year of their undergraduate degree, we will give them a 30% scholarship. And then on the final year, we will give them an additional 30% scholarship. So the way that kind of breaks down, and I think this is one of our best-selling programs in South Asia, because what it does is it ticks so many boxes for students. They want a top rank, they want a top well-respected university, they want that London location, but more importantly, they know they're going to get a scholarship every single year they're on the course. And the way that kind of breaks down is students will know, look, I'm going to be paying around £14,500 every year for this fee, and I know I'm guaranteed that scholarship. So it kind of does really give them that knowledge of, okay, because in the UK fees go up every year. that kind of fee is set. So that's Northumbria University. University of South Wales, for the foundation program, we offer a 2 or 3 term option, okay? So very simple, 20% for the 2-term, 30% scholarship for the 3-term option. And then when the student progresses on to their undergraduate degree, we will give the university will give the student a £2,500 scholarship for every year they are on the course. So for the first year, £2,500, second year, £2,500, and the final year, £2,500. For the international year 1, we will give the student a 20% scholarship. And then when the student progresses onto the second and final year of their undergraduate program, they will receive an additional £2,500 scholarship for every year they are on the course. Solent University, we've just recently tweaked this. So for the foundation program, again, we offer a 2 or 3-term option, and that's a 20% scholarship. And then for the first year of the student's undergraduate degree, the university will give the student a 10% scholarship. And then for the second and final year, the student will receive an additional 5% scholarship every year. So for year 2 and for year 3. The International Year 1 program, we will offer a 20% scholarship on the first year. And then very simple, it's 10% scholarship for year 2 and 10% scholarship for year 3. So look, guys, the great thing with our foundation programs is we try to get our partners to give scholarships every year where they can. Now, there's a lot of pathway providers out there, and you do have to be very careful, because what a lot of them will do is they will heavily discount the foundation program. So, students will think, well, I'm going to go with this foundation program because it's only going to cost me £7,000 per scholarship. And then what will happen is they'll do their foundation program, but then when they go on to their undergraduate degree, there's no scholarship available. So from paying £7,000, they're now paying £16,000 a year for the next 3 years, and they can't afford that. So, I think you've got to be very, very careful when you are looking at foundation providers, and always look at the additional follow-on scholarship that's offered.
Thank you, Guli. Just to ask one questions to add. As you mentioned that all your foundation program, international year 1 program, I feel that all the program that you are offering, they are embedded and they are integrated class with the main program. So do you offer any single foundation program, or all your foundation coming with integrated?
We do. So we offer 2 different types of CASs for the foundation programs. We have the joint CAS, where we can take the foundation program and the undergraduate degree and put it onto a nice 4-year visa. And for that, students would need to score the minimum of 5.5 in IELTS with no element below 5.5. We can accept UKVI or academic IELTS on that. Pearson's PTE or any other relevant English test that university accepts. However, if a student is unable to meet that score, because it can be hard, especially for somebody that's left school, we can offer them a single CAS option. So if a student, let's say a student got 4.5 overall, so 4.5 and 5.0 overall with no element below 4.0, we can then offer them a single CAS. And basically what that would be is it's a CAS just for the foundation program. So the student would come to the UK, take their foundation program, and then what they can do is they can then apply in country for an extension.
Okay. And this duration is also ranges between 6 months to 1 year, as you mentioned.
So the CAS, it's roughly 9 to 12 months. The CAS is valid for.
Okay. Thank you for covering this. And another questions about your pathway start date. Because I think my colleague Imtiaz is also getting many questions from different platforms. So one of the questions is about the next, because Vivian covered that. Otherwise, I would have answered this question that you have a January start, obviously you have September start, you have May start as well. That covers some PG and UG program. But for the pathway, do you have any other starting point?
Yeah, so this is a really good point that we have. Thank you for raising that, Zaid. So look, with foundation programs historically, they're either September or January starts, and especially in South Asia. And Vivian, I'm pretty sure you're going to be the same thing, but it's a very late market for for South Asia. Everybody applies last minute, does everything last minute.
Last minute, yeah.
It's like a dash to the finishing line. And unfortunately, what normally happens is students miss an intake. So if they miss September, that's fine. They've got January as a safety net. However, if you miss January, historically, you would then have to wait 9 months for September.
9 months, yeah.
So what we actually have got is we've got a condensed 6-month program in March. So for any student here that's probably made an application with yourselves or a different agency and they haven't got their academic score, the HSE certificate, or they've missed the intake because they didn't get their bank statements or anything like that, fear not, you don't have to wait 9 months. We can come in for a March start with Northumbria University, and that's in Newcastle.
Okay, so it will offer only in Northumbria, Newcastle. Yes, and is it again, is it integrated class or this is single class?
No, so because it's only a 6-month course, because the way we've kind of structured is every foundation program, a 2-term program, is 9 months. So a student would come, do a semester, have a break, have a semester, have a break, and then go on to their UG program. What we've just done is we've just taken out those breaks. So a student would come in in March, do their first semester, have no break, go back to back onto their second semester, and then go straight onto their undergraduate degree. So we would only do this. We only offer the March course for a joint CAS because we cannot issue a visa for 6 months.
I understand. So at that case, student, they are not having their summer vacation. They finish their foundation. Instead, they are jumping on the main program. So at that case, the study location will be Northumbria, Newcastle, I think, because
that's correct.
It's integrated class here, so the student they cannot move here. Thank you for making it clear. Vivian, I think you wanted to add something.
I was just going to say, to add to what Quill has said, in terms of the English language requirements for the March program, they must have very strong grades, 5.5 and above or equivalent, for them to come on the March intake program.
Yeah. So again, this is joint CAS, so that IELTS of 5.5 is the benchmark.
Obviously. They need to put the requirement, minimum requirement.
So again, guys, fear not. Look, if you've taken an English test and you've got 5.0 in one element or anything like that, do not worry. Get your application into Shabuj Global, get your conditional offer, and then book yourself in for that QA internal English test. It's a free service and it is valid for the joint CAS option for IFP programs.
Yeah, again, this is a very good opportunity because normally for the foundation student, they are not getting these facilities. However, as this foundation is integrated and combined with the main course, so obviously QA student, they will be able to access this QA free English test if they are below 4.5 or something. Yeah, thank you. So, Imtiaz, if you have any other questions for the from African region. So we'll not take much more time. In 10 minutes time, by 10 minutes time, we'll finish. And I think we cover many things today. And very importantly is a March intake for the pathway, which will be again in Northumbria. And in May intake, can you cover a little bit more about May intake? How many courses that you are offering in May?
So basically, May is our smallest intake. I think the only program we do not offer the MBA in May. We offer only in London, if I remember correctly. And then for MSc Marketing, we only offer in London as well. We don't offer in other branches. We don't offer in Manchester or Birmingham campus, just in London. But every other course pretty much runs in May. For the postgraduate, postmasters, all of our undergraduate programs don't run in May.
Okay, so that means in May you have a postgraduate program, and in March you have one foundation, and you do not offer any UJ program in May intake. However, for the September starter, if they need any. By the way, do you offer any pre-sessional English? If a student they cannot fulfill English requirement, so for example, if they have C5, 4.5, but they need 6 or 6.5, at that case, do you offer any pre-sessional English? We do
offer an English pre-sessional English. It's done online. I think Vivian covered it earlier. So what would happen is the student would make their application, get the conditional offer. The condition would be English. student could then book themselves onto our pre-sessional English, and then at the end of it, they would then take our �QA/HE internal English test, where they would then get that required score, and then they could use that to meet their condition on their offer, to then go on conditional and then move on to the intake.
So that means that pre-sessional English will be online again, and after completing this pre-sessional English, then they need to sit for the QA English test. That student also, they can take this preparation by themselves and they can sit for the English test if all other conditions are met, right? So this is basically two different options that student they can access to, they can utilize. Either they can go ahead with QA test straight away, otherwise they can take this preparation online. Okay, thank you. Imtiaz, if you have any questions, and then after that we can go ahead with summarizing whatever we discussed today.
Yeah, I have few questions from Pakistan region. She's asking for, is there any specific requirement or any specific restriction for Pakistani students? Just this one, any specific requirement or any specific restriction for Pakistani students?
So for the UG and PG programs, there's no real restrictions. There is some restrictions on the foundation programs with certain partners. So for example, with University of South Wales, they have restricted certain regions within Pakistan. So they will not take any student from Chakwal, Gujarat, or Mandi Bahudin.
Okay.
And that's just
foundation only.
Wales.
Foundation
so Solomon and NU do not have that restriction in place at the moment. It's just USW.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
And another question is about they had again regarding the scholarship, any specific scholarship for the cybersecurity, though we already covered this question. So they had in the market a specific scholarship for the cybersecurity course. So is it right or wrong? So I think nothing from cybersecurity, as you said already, that automatically applied the scholarship for all.
That's correct.
Yeah. And another question is, can they mention the course fee in their interview, like visa interview or a class interview, that QA is offering lower tuition fees? That's why they choose this institution. They can mention it, or
I mean, they can use it as a point, but I wouldn't lead with that. You know, it's one of those things where why did you pick this university? It was the cheapest option. You know, that's never a good start for anything. You know, obviously, look, it's all about sort of knowing the university. You can have that as one of your reasons why, you know, you compare costs with other similar ranked universities. So yeah, look, value for money, especially from South Asia, you know, the price is a massive factor when students are looking at UK universities. So yeah, definitely they can use it, but it's not something that I would go and lead with.
Yeah. And last question in my hand, that is about PSI Limited. You mentioned you accept the PSI test, that the PSI cell test. So he asked why not PSI is populated in the university. Like he's maybe asking why not we mention all the time the PSI, just all the time saying the IELTS and all other tests. So are the university really accepting the PSI or not? That is the question.
I mean,
PSI cell test.
So IELTS is quite popular. Very, very popular.
IELTS is the gold standard.
Yes.
It's globally recognized as the most safest and, you know, uncheatable test out there. And I think that's why every UK university would gear towards the IELTS or Pearson's, because it's just got that historical trust and brand recognition. But look, there are a number of tests that different universities accept. Before the pandemic, you know, mine and Vivian's life was very, very simple. We had a black and white list of these are the tests that are accepted and these are the ones that aren't. And then the pandemic hit, the whole world locked down, and UK universities were like, oh, we need to get our students, we need to get these English tests validated somehow. So this is when the market, that black and white list just went grey. There was like, you know, Duolingo, language cell, all these tests that you'd never heard of kind of just come on board. And that list has never gone back to black and white. So it's still pretty, it's like a very dull grey. But what I would say is, if you haven't taken an English test already and you are looking to come to QA through one of our university partners, guys, do the free English test. It's not going to, you're going to save yourself some money, and you can, you know, do that test, and it's going to be valid for all of our partners and all of our courses. However, if you are still adamant to take a test, then definitely IELTS or Pearson's is the way to go, because that's the one that nobody would raise an eyelid at.
Yeah.
Especially
you accepting the PSI test. Are you guys accepting the PSI test you mentioned in the presentation, I think?
Yes, we do. Depending on the partner university and the level that they are going to study, we do accept the PSI test.
Okay, though I said the last question, but we got another question in the Facebook, and that is Mr.
Yes, so the scholarship that we've kind of mentioned covers all 3 years unless stated otherwise. So I think the only university partner that doesn't offer a scholarship for the entire program was the Northumbria University for the foundation program. All of our other partners do offer a 3-year scholarship, and as well with Ulster, every year the student would then get a scholarship when they take a UG program with us.
So just to add to what Kuli had said, so for Northumbria University, we run the foundation program, so we can guarantee your scholarship for the foundation year. However, for year 1, year 2, and year 3, you will need to contact because you have not progressed from the foundation program into the main university, so the mainstream uni. So you need to find out what scholarships are available to international students from the university, and then make that request and see what you're able to get. We can't guarantee those scholarships.
Yeah, the universities do tweak and amend this, and they can change it at any given moment, and we don't have any say in this. So that's why I said I really wanted to deep dive into the foundation scholarship, because it's tweaked all the time. So for the foundation, because they're with us, we can guarantee that scholarship. So for the first year of the undergrad, the first year of the international year 1, or for the foundation program, we can guarantee that scholarship. When the student then progresses on and they go into the university system, then obviously they would then fall under the university's scholarship stream. However, as I mentioned, for Northumbria University London for the international year 1 program, because it's our branch campus, we have that student for all 3 years, we can guarantee that scholarship that I mentioned, which is for every year.
Yeah, thank you. I think
even for the main campus, the student, they can apply, because this is not something guaranteed by the QA. However, every university, there are some scholarships available in their website. So I advise a student to check a particular university website, and at any time, the student, they have chance to apply. And if university, they have fund, obviously student might get something if they can satisfy their requirement. And the last one, Kuli, I think one question was not covered. It was about, because in Vivian's presentation, she covered still they have some available courses for the MSc in Alistair London campus. I am talking about January intake. So I know that most of the campus, they are already full for the January. Do you think you have any available options for the January late students? Basically, South Asian students.
I think. Unfortunately, I think the boat has sailed for January. I think there might still be some spaces left for Manchester, but if I'm honest, we have to really, with QA, what we do is we try to make sure one of the biggest selling points of the UK is that it's a diverse country, and we want to make sure that our cohorts are very diverse as well. Look, we could fill all of our campuses, London, Birmingham, Manchester, 5 times with just South Asian students. But that's not giving those students a real fair, institution. When they go to the university, they don't want to go into a university, and there's 20 other Pakistani students from there, and they're from Pakistan as well. It's all about that kind of cultural diversity. So I think we really have stretched as much as we can in terms of South Asian students. But what I will say is, look, May is not far away. I think realistically, people will think, oh, I don't want to wait 6 months. That's when your course starts. Your CAS will be issued a lot before that. And if I'm completely honest, especially for the South Asian market, look, we are extremely busy, and we get extremely busy. So especially for the PG markets, if you are interested in coming for January, look, January is closed. Get your application in for March, because honestly, if you wait too long, you're going to miss March as well. So I think if you're still think, you know what, I don't want to make my application yet. I'm going to go away and see if I can get something for January, and then that takes a couple of months, and you come back and go, you know what, I couldn't get anywhere for January. I'm going to make my application in February or March for a May intake with QA from South Asia. You'll be too late.
Just at the back of what Ковали has said, so I did mention earlier on that the May intake is our smallest intake, and we've had quite a number of students who can make it for January already deferring to May. So if you're interested in coming in May, you need to put in an application ASAP now. If not, by the time you think, oh, after the Christmas and the New Year, what you probably will be getting is, oh, we're full, because it's a small. Yeah. So best to jump on it now if you're interested.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Vivian. Thank you, Kovali. Thank you, Imtiaz, for all your effort today. And it was very nice discussion and presentation. I think that our students, they will be able to learn more and more, because this is recorded and they can access to this presentation later on, even through LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube channel, and some of the social media platform. So what we discussed today is about the intakes that we understand QA representing Northumbria University, University of Ulster, South Wales, and Southampton, Solent. This is for the pathway, I think, Solent University. So they have September intake available. They have January intake, which is January 2025, almost closing. Most of the cohort already full. And today we learned something new, which is pathway for the Northumbria Foundation, which is coming for the March 2025. We also learned that we have a small intake, which is May again for some PG degree courses. And in addition, what we learned about the scholarship, which is massive, we can see with Northumbria London campus, they are offering 20% for the first year and 30% for second year, 30% for the final year, which is quite good. Normally, this is not what other partners they are offering, but they offer 20, 30, 30. So this is more encouraging for the student to progress and to continue their education. And also for other institutions they are working with, every single courses that run by the QA student, they are getting scholarship. And all students from the particular region, they are getting same amount of scholarship regardless of their result, and as soon as they can fulfill academic requirements, so they are eligible for the same level of scholarship. This is something that we learned today. And for the English, obviously QA, they have their pre-sessional English, which is online. So a student, they can take opportunity either to go ahead with pre-sessional English, but after that they need to sit for the QA English test. They need to pass before going ahead with the main course. So this is all about. And for the Africa, obviously university QA, most of their partner universities, they are accepting the OIA from Nigeria and some other approved English tests from the Africa. For the financial, again, for the loan application, Northumbria University, they have certain loan company that they're accepting. And as QA didn't disclose the name, we are not going to disclose the name. However, we are happy to update with the information with our students if any particular student, they make any inquiries about this. For the financial company and scholarship, I think QA, again, they are open. As soon as other institutions, they are accepting most of the financial sponsor, I can say something government sponsor body and some other recognized sponsor body. Again, Shabuj Global being partner with QA will be very happy to help and support to students with the information that they require. Thank you again. So with QA, we have been working since 2011. I think one of the oldest partner of QA since 2011 to now 2024 is going 2025. We are very happy. We are proud to become a trusted partner of QA higher education. We are expanding. It started from UK and then went back to South Asia, come back to Middle East and then Africa, covering global now. So I again thank you, Vivian. Thank you, QA. Thank you, Kovali, for your time. And keep continue our cooperation and collaboration, and hope to come back again and support our students through this platform again. Thank you. Thank you, Imtiaz.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure.
Thank you so much, guys.
Take care.
Bye.
Thank you.
Take care. Thank you. Bye.